In this segment, I want to start talking about type checking. And in particular, I want to start talking about what happens when we do type checking when only monomorphic types are involved. What do I mean by a monomorphic type? I mean a type that doesn't contain any type variables. So you could say good old-fashioned types as we see them in more traditional languages. I've put a few examples here. They might contain functions or data constructors or pairs or whatever. But the crucial thing is there are no type variables. What is the key thing that we have to do when we type check a functional program? The key thing we check is what happens when we apply a function to an argument. And we have a situation that the function must have a function type, for example, sROT, and the thing it's applied to must be the type S. And if it is the type S, then the result will have type T. If it's not of type S, this is an error. So it's simple enough. It is S, fine, we get a result. If it isn't S, it's an error. So if we look, for example, at this expression, not false and true, what do we know here? Well, working from the left, we know that not is a function that goes from booleans to booleans, and false is a boolean, so not false will be a boolean. It will be fine. The function is applied to something of the right type. So on the left of the and, we have a boolean. On the right of the and, we have true, which is also a boolean, and is an operator that takes two booleans to a boolean. So that expression is fine, it's type checks, and it denotes a boolean. Okay, that's fine. What, however, if we take a slightly different approach? We still know instead of applying not to false, we've applied it to a character. And now you see we have this part of the expression. The function expects a boolean, but it's been applied to a character. We can read off the type of the character. We can see it's in single quotes, so it must be a character. So we have a problem here. We have a type error because we expected one thing and we didn't get something of that type. And this will be reported exactly as we see it here. It says in the first argument of not, namely character C, we could not match the expected type bool, not expects a boolean, with the actual type char. So the error we get from GHCI here says very clearly where that error has been. So that's straightforward. What we want to do next is look at how this becomes a bit more complicated in the case of polymorphic types.